Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're here working on a tool called Dulcimer Players Tools. It's a toolbox of tools for musicians that play dulcimer. And one of them is a jam log where you keep track of what are the songs I've been working on or played in a jam. With that, we'd like to add this notion of an autocomplete so that you can easily find songs and record that you've performed them. Okay, I'll just run tests. We haven't done that in a while, I think. I did reorganize a little bit after the show yesterday. We had this sample, I think it was from Hacking with Swift, maybe, of how do you use a searchable box on a text. And I had it buried down in here somewhere and commented out something or other. Instead, I moved it up to being the top level view. We have our content view and we have X content view. So we can just swap the names of those two if we want to see this run. And we had various things that told us how to do this. The big challenge, I think, is the examples we see are all like very top level with navigation stack and then searchable on that. We want to control this and only show it in our jam log, although it might be useful in other contexts too. But I think we'll have to see if that's a strict requirement or what that involves. All right, so autocomplete on song names. Mudshark noted they use state flags to toggle the filter on edit change. I'm not sure what the on edit change was, but I think here you're saying, like, if I want to show it on this screen, I make the filter, I add a toggle to show that it applies there. Okay, so we can we'll have to pass around a few more flags, which is kind of annoying, but there is a mechanism we can do it. Okay, enter per song by tuning, entry on date. Okay, that's I'm not sure what edit change. Maybe we can do things as they're changing the stuff. Okay, so I guess just to kind of refresh our memories a little bit, let me run this with our main content view hidden, and we're just running the searchable one. Now, I think you get to do it on navigation stack or navigation split view, and there might be one other one. I'm not going to worry about tokens, which are sort of pre-configured narrowing things, I guess. All right. Now, we had a better example, I think. Yeah, this was the kind of thing. So the query, this list drives whatever list is being generated with, uses the search text to control what the list shows. And that's kind of what we want to do. Let's try that to go with it. On editing changed, the event called when you change the text field. So I think they seem to do that automatically. It looked like that as that text field changes, that they update the value of these things. But let's try and prove it. Okay, are we running in? Yeah. So here we see the search box. Can I wake it up there? Okay, nothing starts with G, but H. Well, two names have it. Yeah, Josh. Wait a minute. Oh, capital H, lower h. Okay. Oh. Somehow I got it to show it as a lower h. O. Okay. It's definitely case sensitive. Okay. Good to know. But at any rate, it is filtering. The only one with capital T is Ted. All right. Now, I don't know. I thought we had a much better example. Whoops. Probably the one I just deleted. Suggesting search terms. I think this was the one I liked. Okay, so he has this filtered meals, and that gets used in this computation, but where does he get search text for that? Oh, he's got that in a observable object. Okay. Yeah, I guess I was whining yesterday. I don't remember how to use that. All right. So filtered meals. So I guess, yeah, it's putting the text on the observable object. That's interesting. Okay. So on submit of search. Oh, okay. So you can act. Well, I don't think we need anything like that, really. Dismiss. Okay, I guess I need to figure out how to relate it to what we're doing. So let's go to jam log view. All right, so this thing... I tried wrapping it in its own navigation stack, but we're already at a top-level navigation stack, so that makes it a little weird. What I think we're doing here... All right, so this corresponds to generating that list. We're not interested in suggestions. It's autocomplete. I don't even think I necessarily want autocomplete. I think what I want is, as you start typing these, kind of like the example, these names restrict. So if I'm typing song titles, I'd like to restrict them and then make it so clicking on a song title gives me more information. And I don't think it matters that you get all the way to the last word of it or anything like that. Just enough to filter down to something that you can see that your song's there, and then boom, click over to it is enough. And I think that's what, well, we don't have any, these names are chosen to not provide duplication across them. So, let's change that. What's that good old wash? All right, run that again. Right, yeah. Okay, so I got 2 with SH, so let's see if I can find a way to... I don't know why it's automatically... Okay, so yeah, it's doing a search anywhere. I guess I could see that somehow, right? Contain search text. Okay. Yeah, I think that's the kind of thing I want to do. But search results, I think, is going to depend on the text. Well, So I guess I'm wondering if, like, should we give jamlog the search text? Would that make sense? But it's kind of, how would anybody know? And I mean, I think if we really have to put this up at the top level, then we're going to have to pass search text down as well. Let's take this back out and go back into our context. Okay, so I think the question was, now we have a navigation stack at this level, and then at Jamlog view we also have a navigation stack. So I think what we're seeing is we don't see the search in that circumstance. Okay, so let me get a better navigation stack. I mean, navigation stack is just a stack of views. I think navigation stack is the thing at the top level. And yeah, if you open it, one of these other things like this does, the state is all managed up at the top level. Okay, so let's simulate that. We have navigation stack at the top. That's a good thing. All right, let's put the searchable here. Well, okay, so he searches on search text. Did I already declare that? No. Okay, so I don't think that's going to matter yet. Huh. Okay, so we don't want it up there for sure. Okay, but do we get it down below? No. Why not? Okay, this is why I'm confused by this thing. All right, I guess I got to go back to Apple's documentation. Okay, suggesting search query terms. Okay, that's actually not what I'm really trying to do, is it? It really is just limiting. Okay, so was it this? Is a more similar example. Okay, so I guess what confuses me then is why is it showing up at the top level but not still showing down here? Like what did we do to field you type in that is the one that has the search text, not a separate search text field? Yeah, I mean, there's nothing that says I couldn't provide a search text field on this screen, but it seems like I should get it. And they've done all this work to make the automatic stuff work. I feel like it ought to just work, but maybe I should just do an incremental text field up at this level, and you start typing and we filter down these things. That doesn't seem impossible. Okay, yeah, maybe that's the better route. I mean, we're not trying to do some sort of application-wide search or anything. All right, let's try that. Let's take this out. And I'll take this out. Okay. And Jamlog view. So he has search text now. I don't think navigation stack makes sense for him, and he didn't do anything with it. There should be one extra brace here, yeah. Is that okay? Oh, that was the extra brace. All right, that seems okay. What's argument passed to call takes no arguments? Maybe I'm missing a level here. No. Oh, maybe that is okay. I'm closing the class and then adding the preview. Okay. All right. Gotcha. Okay, so, All right, so I think, well, let's make a V-stack out of this. Okay. So we have our list. Let's make sure this runs before I start modifying anything. And that's our plus button. Okay, that looks right to me. This doesn't do anything yet. This does, but we don't care. Okay. All right, so let's check this in. No, let's get rid of this first. We're not going to use this mechanism, so okay. Okay. All right, now this right now is not scrollable. I don't know how that'll work. All right, but we're going to put a text field. Title key text and prompt. I'll have more to say later, I guess. Okay, let's try this bit again. No, I thought I pushed this. Keep the filter string on a state variable that updates as you type. Yeah, so I think that's what search text will be. The only, well, we're gonna have to pass it into this. Well, I don't know. We're gonna figure out how to make this filter. I can put it that way. Okay, well, that's pretty ugly. Oh, there's a style. Dot. Okay. I had the title here, and that doesn't seem to show up. Is that got to be on the whole VStack? Maybe he goes up a level. No. I don't think that's going to help anything. Oh, it does. Okay. All right. Well, that's progress then. Okay. So I don't know. This plain style is not going to be any better. It's going to be. I think it's going to be square box like it was before. Yeah. What's that labeled? I don't know how to label it. Maybe it's just search. Yeah. That might be enough. I don't know what to call it, but search. Okay, we'll do it. Because I don't think you really need to type to do anything. You almost would rather have an X. And maybe the word filter would be better. Okay. But we're getting the pieces in. I guess that's what counts for now. All right. So the question to me is, should long dot songs take the text field? Or is that a view level decision? I don't know. If I'm asking for a key and search text, it's not a pattern. I don't know what it is. Containing search text. Okay. Let's go muck with songs. I'm just going to pass it through for now. Okay. Just trying to get the pieces together. Okay, I don't know. Songs in key containing search text. Okay. So I guess I'll run that. I don't know if they have an icon for filter specifically. This thing. That's not very helpful. I guess I've seen this sort of thing used. Yeah, funnel. That's no funnel. Wow, that's an oversight. Okay. Are you running? Okay. Now this good. I didn't want this to. I didn't want the filter to disappear when I scrolled up or down this, because this list will get moderately large. Okay, so we have a UI that ignores it. Jam log has search text, but it's ignored. Okay. All right, and now a jam log. Where's our AJAM log? Let's go ahead and make a test for that. Okay, so if the pattern is empty, where are we using it? Songs. Where else? Songs. Okay. Let's pass an empty string. Okay, so that should be equal to what we're doing now, and same thing down here. We're not trying to restrict anything. I'm just trying to get the more general one used. All right, but knows songs by key, and then let's add one that knows songs containing text. Okay, and let's see, let's go. Let me free, and then letters. Okay, so all three have ET or LET. Okay, only some are in the key of A. So let's add a fourth that has neither. Telling them key of A. Okay, that's song 4. If the key of A containing, and let's make sure it's text insensitive. Oh. Okay, so this should be, let's go, let letters let's go, and letters should be found. I almost want to say let's search for ET. Okay, let's go for broke here. It doesn't have to start at the front, and it's specifically not case sensitive. Okay, and this test should fail. Right, but he's in the wrong key. So containing text, I guess, in the right, in the specified key. Yeah, I should have made that explicit. Okay, so we get let's go letters telling them what's wrong here. What happened to... Oh, it's not in G. Okay, yeah, or that one's in G. So let me freeze not in the list. It's just passing back everything that has the key of A. Okay. Yeah, I'll get there. Jam log. All right. So I think let's pull this one up, inline this basically. All right. So library dot songs of key, and then dot filter, and then is included is going to be well, $0.2 lower. How do you lowercase? Isn't that find on string? Oh yeah, $0 dot name dot lowercase contains containing lowercase, oh, needs parens, yeah. Okay, containing dot lowercase. Okay, so I'm doing the case insensitive filtering. If the name of the song contains the search string, just text, contains text dot lowercase. Cannot find. Okay. Boom. Okay. Records performances. Does containing empty string not work, maybe? Songs, where did it blow up? Let's make sure I'm in the right place. Here. Okay, so that's no values. Okay, so containing empty string does not pass. All right, then we should probably make that a separate test. This one, did he fail? I think that's our old message. Okay, 0 might not exist, but we did not filter it. Yeah, that makes me wonder, did this one pass? Let's just run this test. And I'll maybe rename that to say with no filtering or something. But okay, he does not. Yeah, so he only contains empty. All right, with no filter. Okay, so that one fails. Let's fix that in Jamlog, which I think this is just text is empty. Is that text is, we want to know, we want true if we want it, right? So if text is empty, we want it. Otherwise, if the string is there, I think that will do it. We'll have to look up contains. Return true if empty and contained. Okay. I don't understand that really. Okay, but that's the way. Okay, so in this other test, now why aren't you recording that right? In the other test, this one, it had a song, but the containing with empty string said don't find the song, and so we accessed 0 and it blew up. All right, now I'm going to clear these and just make sure. I don't know why containing empty string. I would think the answer would be absolutely it contains empty string. Every string contains empty string. Who would ever want that behavior? I don't know. I feel like I'm overcompensating for a problem in contains, but that's okay. Now, I think, did we hook things up in a way that it'll work? Yeah, let's see if this works on the overall thing with the test working. I'm trying to find something that's duplicated. I'm no better than the other one. Anything with a Y. Okay, this text field is capitalizing that for me, and then the next one is not. That's annoying. Gray cat, Mrs. Sawyer, Joy, pony. Okay, and it does that within each category. Is why that. Now this something's defaulting that text field. Let's see. There's got to be a way to turn that off. I just want what you type. I don't want to change it on. Text input capital auto capitalization, never disable auto correction. True. That sounds right to me. Okay, so we don't want to capitalize it and we don't want to auto correct. Okay, so let's restrict that. Okay, so Liza, select that. All right, I think that's all right. Now the name is filter enough to tell. Let me turn this thing. Let's disconnect that. Okay. So I don't want it to be selected automatically. I don't know if it is. No, but once I type, return, and now he's not. Okay, I can live with that. Y, and then if I click here, I would hope that would do its thing. Okay. Good. All right, so we added filter jam entries by a search text. Well, to contain text. And I think maybe search text isn't the right name for that either. It's probably filter text. And I don't know if we need the looking glass. I mean, we're not like, they're going to have to make that extra click. I don't think it's any better to type a return key thing. I think if they can see it. Can I scroll? Let's see. Yeah, even if they're typing, they can reach in and scroll it if they want to. So that's good. Okay. Let's rename. Now I'm getting all, oh, it's a keyboard thing. They hate that. For whatever reason, the simulator here just hates the soft keyboard. Okay. Good. Now we can scroll. All right. So I think that gets at the first piece of this. So what did we actually do? Well, DPN 2406. Okay, so we filter jam log as they type. Okay, that's a good thing. I think we're okay on this because the way the search text is being used both to hold the values we type and to filter with, so it automatically happens on edit change. We don't have to override that. Okay. And then, but I think the thing we do need to do, well, we haven't exactly, we haven't done this really. Clicking, well, selecting song in jam view opens its details. Okay, that feels like something we should do. So when you click, we should bring up that, what I call the jam log entry. Should be pre-populated, and we don't do the pre-population either, but we can. Okay, so like the song in jam view opens its details. All right. And that one, we saw that. What is that? Oh, it's the, well, was it navigation stack? It's not the toolbar. Oh. Yeah, that's the one I want right there. Navigation destination. Okay. There's the list, and then if I say navigation destination, is it gonna know? This is song dot self, and we want jam entry view. Well, let's just get jam entry view up first, and then we'll now he takes jam log, which may be a bit of a mistake. You know, no, I think I just need to be passing in a song. Right now we can pass in jam log. Okay. Apparently not okay. Navigation requires that song conform to hashable. Okay. Not unreasonable. Now, I don't actually want to compare all that stuff. I don't know. I think you're a different song. Are you a different song if your UID is different? I guess you are. It's a little weird to say we're going to have the same song twice. Everything's the same about it, except probably its tab notes are not, but okay, let's see this now. $log, yeah. All right. What I'm hoping is it just opens up that entry view. It won't know the name or anything on the song. We have to get that information in. Okay, so this should open up a new field. Oh. Why are you not opening it? List of parks. I mean, this is a list of songs. Can I break here? I see it set value to something in the list item. Well, I'm selecting this, right? Shouldn't that be a song when I click it? I mean, he's got Oh, need to set value to something in the list item. Does this have to be navigation link? Oh, I'm trying to get away from that, aren't I? Jamlog song. No, Jamlog song is okay. This has to be a navigation link. Okay. Like that. Oh, well, they did that. Oh, I had to tie the name. I guess I had to do song value park. Wait. You can get away from using the view in the list by setting value to an index. So this is the thing that shows. Is that not right? The value. The name is the item title. The value is the song. Well, but that doesn't true. I mean, we can do it, but I think you're saying do this song.name and the value is song, and then we'll leave this out. Is that? I mean, I think that's what this is doing by analogy, but we aren't showing the name. We're showing the name and the tuning and the date and whatever. And somebody's upset. What's going on up here? I mean, I think it will show something. I think parameter should be replaced with a, okay. I guess let's get it first. The name is Jamlog song. Oh, so the text in the name. What? Wait, what's going on? I want this to open. Okay. Well, I could believe Jamlog song. I mean, mostly he's computing this text. We don't have to make him show the text. But then, I mean, that's some function that we can do, right? But why is he not opening? Am I spelling this wrong? No, jam entry view. That's that. That's what I want to open. Okay, I'm confused. If I go here, and then I go here, that should have been the jam entry view, and then that just keeps going. But back goes to the... Okay. Sorry. The list acts as the root view. Is always present. Select navigation link adds the park details view to the stack, covering the list. Something bad in navigation destination. Okay, so he's going to be given a song, because that corresponds to park, whatever the list is of. So song.self, song in park details. Well, oh, no, not that one. This one. I mean, this should take a song. Oh, here's a message. A navigation for DPN song was declared earlier in the stack. Only the destination nearest to the root of the stack will be used. Did I do that? Well, I don't think I did. I don't think I've been using this structure, have I? It's on the list. After the list, navigation destination for. What? Oh, probably because I'm nesting that it's getting confused. The only thing is I don't pass that song in, and maybe I should. Let's add that. I'll make it optional. Is that going to work? I just want to get compiling and no. It's not a binding, it's just a reference to it. Name. Okay, just to get things together. Now this, where are you complaining? It may have failed and opened up the parent view again. Yeah, I'm wondering if not having the song threw it off. But right, yeah, I don't care. No. Okay, can I break in here? Okay. I don't know how much you can do and it's navigation destination on the correct element. Well, it's on the list. Oh, but he's not. That's the list of keys. I don't know if he can go on the for each. Well, they're showing it on the list, right? I don't know if you use a different form of the list if you'd have a problem. And I don't know why the look is so different too. Okay, that's not doing it. Ugh. why is that all highlighted as a block? I think it's getting confused because the list has keys, and I think it's trying to navigate that. That's the for each. Because here their list has the individual item that's going in it. It's using the implicit for each version, but because I'm using sections, I'm not using the implicit version. So, you can have multiple navigations. Yep. Use a navigation path instance as the path. I don't think that's what I need. That's more representing the contents of the path. Move it out to the VStack. I don't know. That seems even further out. And then going back, I get my entry. And I'm getting complaints, I'm sure. And navigation destination was declared earlier. If it's in the section loop, you'll get multiple navigation destination entries using the same song. Well, I mean, honestly, I don't understand why it cares. The whole thing is in a navigation stack, so I feel like it should say, I mean, he's almost like setting up a handler for anything of this type. Show it here. I don't know if it is the section thing. I mean, that definitely is making things a little weird. Okay, that's not helping. Okay, let's try navigation link with sections. Okay, navigation link text. The whole row is a navigation link with a destination of the item's name. Our rows have a disclosure button. Okay. When you tap on any item, a new screen will slide in. And I guess that's the thing to show. Navigation link item detail. Can attach a hashable object directly to the navigation link, then use navigation destination. I don't know. The song might be empty. Okay. The song might be empty if you don't select something in the last section. Skip the navigation and open the jam log view in the navigation link. I think maybe that's the thing to do. So I think what he was saying was, okay. The label. No, I'm confused. Navigation link has the item detail and then the label. Okay, so let's do Jamlog song is the label. And then the item detail view. Yes. Yeah, this is the more manual way, but okay, navigation link opens up a geometry view given a log thing. Okay. So I guess he's going to have that greater than arrow, which, I don't know. I guess it's okay. It suggests you should click them anyway, which seems like a good suggestion. Okay. Please open the right thing. Thank you. Good suggestion. Okay. So let's filter Y. Okay. And now I get this. All right. Yeah. I think that's okay. Okay, so I think we've... Where are you? Okay. I guess I would say we've successfully added the navigation links, but the geometry view that shows up is not reasonable. Yeah, I thought it should have worked that way. I know I've done that navigation destination thing. I don't know why, if I've ever done it with sections, if there's something about the way it's tying it to the list and that sort of implicit for each, and it might have worked for keys, but not for our songs, I guess, because sections are based on the keys. I don't know, but I'll take this. Make jam log show details on items in list. All right, except that the details don't know song, but we'll get there. Okay. So I do think there's something about jam entry view. I mean, we weren't liking before the fact that all these fields are replicated off of a song. So could I... Okay, so if I've got the song, let's assume we have it so that they have to pass something in. But if they edit the name, okay, let me just put text song.name. Yeah, I think we need to do something with that. But if they change stuff, the thing is they should be able to edit it. I don't think my preview passes a song, so that's kind of unfortunate. Okay. Now, why would putting that in mess this up? Do I have to say name? I haven't passed it in yet, so I don't know what the problem is. TBD. Okay, that's good. Now do we get flowers? Yes. Okay, so the song is passing in the stuff. All right. So if let's take this out. And there should be one place that uses this without a song so far. I think it's on Jamlog. Yeah. Okay. And let's make it song is song of name is empty and a Jamlog. Okay, I'll go back to here and check this out again. Okay, so our example should show flowers. All right, can we Yeah, okay. So I think the song here I mean, what I want to say is at state editing song equals song. That's kind of what I want to do. Well, sure, var. I don't mind putting that in. I think I can't initialize him because he's not available yet. I'm going to call this original song. That seems confusing. Well, what if I say is song named nothing? That shouldn't bother him. Now, can I use dollar editing song dot name? Name is a let constant. Add self dot to refer to mutable property of geometry view. Well, I could believe that name should be a var just like everything else. I guess it kind of is. If we're saying we're editing it, then it will modify this name as we go. Okay, so does that help? Yes. So you're right. This should edit that stuff. But then I think the creation here. Let's make this be editing song.name. The gap I have is if I want to edit an existing song. Okay. So I'm going to run it and see if it still runs correctly. But I think the gap is if I try and edit an existing song, I don't have a way to get the existing song into those fields. Okay, so if I did plus, and I make a new song, and I save it, that saves it. Let me put some other stuff in. Another new, and let's give it a key signature D, and tuning is DAA, just to be different. Oh yeah, now he has a key, so he shows up in the right place. Okay. Yeah, so I think our change is let's first switch over to using editing song instead of 80,000 fields. Okay, and I think that will be an improvement. So state name, I don't think anything's using that now. That was proving to me the right stuff was coming in, so that little experiment is done. Now editing song.name is used. This is not, if I'm correct. These two are the performance logs, so I'm going to leave them out. Okay, so source. Key. Tuning. Okay. Okay, I'm creating a new one. Let's make a sad song. Source, Wharton. Is it Barker or Baker? I always forget. And that took the defaults that we give it. Okay, so he ought to have the right stuff. Yes. I don't think that looks as good with the greater than there, but maybe it's just the way it's got to be. The source almost acts like a subtitle. They're relatively, well, I don't know. You often don't have them. You often do. Okay. Well, I think what that does then, we can get rid of these fields. Excuse me. All right. And we still haven't done anything with song. Editing song, jam log. Oh, we don't see those fields in this view. Sorry, excuse me, rough week. So I put them in because they're available, but this goes back to our first lines index. It doesn't really use the same collection. So even though it has those tabs, they're not visible. So we do need to make those libraries the same library. And I think at that point, adding a new song over here will make it available to the first lines index. Even if there's tab missing, it would still be an index in there with no tab. Okay, but I think the thing this does for us is it accomplishes what we said we wanted the other day, was, using the state object to hold the whole object, not just the individual pieces. Okay, so let's claim that progress. So we well, what am I mixing in here? Jam entry view, preview, song. Where's jam entry? Oh, we changed more than that. Okay, yeah. Hold a song object rather than its individual fields. Okay. I don't think that's like mandatory to do this, but it helps. Okay. Right. So this only has the original index. It doesn't have things we added. Okay. These two have separate libraries, basically, and we want to get that the same, but we're not there. I mean, it's not that it couldn't, it just isn't. All right. Now, this is where I'm going to get tricky. So if you give me a real song, I want to pre-populate all those fields. All right, so I think, I don't know, I keep reading contradictory things on this stuff, and I'm not sure how it's necessarily right. Do I have my cheat sheet book? I always mix up these. There's the underscore this and. So I don't know what's going on. Right. Are we trying to get the binding to the song? I mean, what I kind of want to say is editing song equals song. Except it's like if it's really I don't even know if I can do that. Let's build this and see what happens. Next argument, jam log. Did I remove jam log? Oh, I see. Yeah, I have to pass that in as a binding too. Jam log is a binding of jam log. Okay, that's the part I remember. Initializing a binding from a constructor initializer. All right, now this one, right? Okay. I don't think I want this. You give me a song, and then I set up editing song. Also update state on up here, yeah. And I think that's the one that's better in some ways. I think this is legal. I believe my understanding of it. You need it for binding, but you don't need it for the other stuff. Okay, now can I take this off? I want to. Oh, of song. Okay. So when you pass in the song, I copy it in, and that's okay. Yeah, I think this should compile and build, but I'm not sure it's going to work. I think it will let you. It'll pre-populate, which is what I do want to see. But if you change it, like, what's going to make that go back anywhere? Right? This is not a binding to the song that is there. And I don't think you could even bind it, right? Because it's sitting in a library. Maybe it'll blow up anyway. Who knows? Starting slow enough. Okay, jam log. So Amazing Grace should populate with tab and notes. Okay, that's kind of promising. All right, but if I save, well, I guess I need a sort of upsert kind of thing, right? I'm either going to save something or insert a new one. And I can tell because there's an ID implicit. And if I go back without saving, Amazing Grace is Amazing Grace. Let's edit this. Is this editable? Yeah, it is. Okay. Let's say we're going to do the DAA version instead. And if I save it, he's still DAD. But I created a new one. Okay, so I think we're closing in. All right, I see it's also break time. So let me summarize. So I think what happens is if you create a new one, we generate a brand new song with a new ID and default information for you. But if you hit save, it creates a new one in the library. If you had an existing one, it copies everything and then puts the same UUID in twice. But the song has two different information. So this one was trying to edit the song, and the other one creates a new one. And our save is not smart enough to know what's going on. Okay, so let's take 3 or 4 minutes and come back and see what we can. We need to not save if you didn't change anything. Yeah, we'll have to think on that one. Maybe we got to keep the original song and diff them or something. I don't know, but we'll have to think on that. All right. See you in 3 or 4 minutes. Welcome back. All right. So we see with this, we have song. Everything about it is equal to editing song except the ID. So the way it is now, that creates a brand new song ID for our song. And I think at some level, we already have a new ID. Well, we have a newer existing ID. Okay, if this were creating a new one, we passed in an empty song. So that created a brand new song with a new ID for our case of hitting the plus sign. If you do an existing one, it just takes the song that's there. All right, so go back here. So it's kind of arguing my way, but what I'm saying is the effect is really song equals editing song. As far as all the the non-ID values are exactly copied. The ID value is now it's left the same if it was an existing song, and it's a new one if it's a new song because it was just newly created. So I think that gives us this simplification, and it sort of makes me think we could just say editing song here and here. I think that's fine. But it also makes me think we could use the word song rather than editing song here. Okay, so if I call this song, I'm going to say let's say self.editing song and make that, let's use the tool to do the rename. Okay, so now editing song is only a local word. If I rename that, all right, rename that. I want to rename it to song. Okay, and that should be harmless. Okay, so I have state and binding. Okay, so it's a little confusing that song is now our value we're editing directly. Okay, so I think that means down here, song equals song is not reasonable. Okay, so song. Okay, that will let you change in existing songs. Well, the thing is, I think the problem is record here. So if the song exists already, we're still adding it again. Okay, so this is where I'm thinking we want like a database has upsert that says either update or insert. I think that's what we need here, that we're recording a performance on this song, or, well, I don't know. The confusing thing, let me run. Close things while we wait here. Okay. So this, I think that I have an ambiguity that we're either, are we trying to record stuff or are we just looking at the song? Okay. So sometimes we're just looking. And I think in that case, like if I just looking, I can go back and it's no problem. And to your other comment earlier, right? It's not like we should even allow a save if I just look at it, don't change anything. If I well, I guess, okay, if I hit save now, I'm recording a performance. I don't think that's obvious. But I'm not. I think it's. I'm not drawing the distinction between. I just want to look at this song and get its details, and really, I'd like to see all the performances too, not just the song. But if I edit the song, I want to save the song, not necessarily the performance, right? Because if I look at Amazing Grace and say DAD, no, we play DAA, and I just want to change that. I don't want it to record a performance, but it's going to. So it's going to have December 10th, even though I didn't really think about it as performance. Okay, but if I hit save, I'm going to get DAA with December 10th and keep my DAD. Yeah, so that changed the original. Now I am puzzled. Yeah, we add the song to the library when you hit save. We call record with the song and the performance. So, it's the song ID. No? Performance is append. No, that's not it. Okay, go back. We build a performance and we record it on the song ID. Okay, the song ID did not change when I edited the page. That's really, I'm surprised that's not. Yeah, well, I don't know. That's the thing. I mean, if we had a song and we've performed Amazing Grace 100 times, and we realize like, oh, I misspelled that. That should be DAA, and I change it. I should keep the same song with all the performances tied to it. I think the thing is, I'm not distinguishing. Well, okay, I think there's multiple things going on, probably. The performance, so these two have the same ID. Why? Oh, it overwrote it, I think. No. I mean, I'm getting confused by the struct nature of things. Like, if I change a struct, am I editing that actual struct? Like this thing, he is not a binding. He's a brand new struct, a copy of the old one. Because of this, the fields should all be copied in, and it should be a new instance. So the old instance in the library, I don't see how that gets changed. Now I do see how putting the same one in gives the performance is tied to the ID of the song. So these two have the same ID the way it is now. And so the performances that got attached to them are all the same, and that's why they both show performance. Let me do it again with Cripple Creek. So DAD, no performance. If I come in and I hit save, I'm going to record the performance. Oh no, let's change something. Let's make an E version of it. Okay, I believe I'm going to get the original version is going to record this, and it's going to have a one in the key of D and one in the key of E. Cripple Creek D gets the performance. Now E gets the performance. Yeah, DAD tuning's not right, but okay. So he recorded both, but because we match performances to IDs, if the same thing gets in there with the same ID twice, then those performances are going to be attached to both of them, and I think that's what's happened here. Yeah, if it's changed, well, no, if it's, the question is, I think the ambiguity is, if I come in with the plus sign, I definitely want to create a new UUID for it. If I come in with not the plus sign, I don't want to create a UUID for it. I don't know if the solution is two separate saves, like this is save performance and this is save song information. I believe both Cripple Creeks have the same ID. Yeah. Can we tell? Let's see. Where would we be sure to go? I guess, yeah, let's put a button, pause here. Okay, so if I change Angeline to the key of G, which is really wrong for that one, but okay. And I hit save. Okay. Let's print jam log dot library. And there's going to be a bunch there, but we were doing Angeline the Baker. Yeah, both are going to be stored in the song library, I believe. I can never tell if I'm triggering that. Okay. So let's find Angeline the Baker. Okay, source, time signature, etc. Okay. And here's ID 3, because that was one of the ones I manually created the IDs on. Okay, so it's there with the key of D before we do the record. So if I step over and step over this, and let's print this again. Okay, here we can see Angeline the Baker ID 3 key of G, and yet my claim is it's still up here. Yeah. So he's still up here with the ID. So the same ID is in there twice. So, but I think retaining the ID is correct, because we're saying it's the same song. We didn't hit plus to enter a new song. We edited the song we already had. Okay. And I mean, I definitely do this because I think the first time I logged Old Beach Leaves, I think I spelled it beach like B-E-A-C-H, which is wrong. So it's like, oh, I spelled the title wrong, or I heard the title wrong. There are variations, Angeline the Baker or Angelina Baker, with an E or an A, and you definitely could have different ones and realize like, oh, wait, this one's Angelina Baker. So I think you do need to be able to edit a song's name or its information. I mean, here's Mrs. Which was it? Gray Cat on a Tennessee Farm. Well, I know that Uncle Dave Macon was an early country singer guy that performed it or wrote it. So I could put the source in, and that doesn't change the name. It should still be ID 8 with every time I performed it being the same. It's just now I know more about the song. Okay, so I think... Right. So I think one thing is this upsert idea, but I think that only solves half the problem. Okay, let's take this off and continue. Okay. So if I did the upsert, I would only keep the last version of it. You know, I would remove the old version if I inserted the same thing. But the only way I have to edit these things right now attaches a performance to them, and that's not right. So I think you're doing two things here. You can fill in information about a song, or you can record a performance. From the jam log perspective, like I need to enter if it's a new song, I want to capture the song, and you know, if it's key of E, I want to, well, let's make it key of A minor, and I want to make this EAD. Okay, and maybe it's a waltz, I mean, I might know all that stuff. I might enter it when I do the performance and then come back later and edit it, okay, and hit save. That thing shows up, okay, and he should, and there's no other instance of him. Okay. Now if I took an existing one and I changed the name and I changed the everything about it, like, I'm still saying it's the same song. You didn't create a new one just because you changed the name. They're different. Okay. So I think if you want to save the performance, maybe you hit save here. And if you want to save the song, I'm going to put them both on the same view here. Right or wrong. Yeah, I don't know if it'll be confusing or not. I mean, I hope not. I think the right thing will happen if you save performance, but if you just change the song around, yeah, I think I want to distinguish those. So two things coming out of this. Let me capture it. Okay, selecting a song in Jam View opens its details. I think we've done that now, which is a good thing. That's actually, we already kind of did that, the quick injury idea. Excuse me. So we want to upsert jam songs only one copy of a changed song. Okay, and then the other is separate save for performance versus song details. Okay, I think that's more accurate, and I don't think it's as confusing. Okay, so let's is it a new song when you change key tuning or time signature? I don't think it is. I think everything about it can be changed on a song. I mean, I could easily find out, like, oh, this was not really 3-5-4, hold the 4, it was two separate 4s. I could definitely have a tab change to make. Time signature is probably unlikely. The tuning is definitely possible. I first learned a song, somebody played it in DAD, but really it's a DAA song, and it would make better sense to play it in DAA and treat the other one as an oddball. So yeah, I'm gonna do both those things. Add a save performance and save song details, and maybe this is update song details or something. I don't know, but yeah. And I'm going to deal with the upsert. So let me do the upsert first. I think that's going to be pretty straightforward. So where was our call? Jam entry view. Okay. He does record, song performance, library add. Okay, let's see who calls this. Add songs, test, and here. Okay, good. Let's go to the original. Let's just change this to upsert. Is upsert too weird of a verb? I don't know. It's pretty common in the database side because it's update or insert. I don't know. I could call it update, and if it's a new song, it adds it. Sorry. Maybe that would be better. Update saying it adds it if it doesn't have it, and it changes it if it does. Okay. And we need tests for that. Okay, a library, good. All right. Okay, we're going to put song 1 in the library, and let's make this a var, and if we edit it, keep it flag OG, let the user pick the original somehow. Yeah, I'm not sure. Let's make this new song 2. And we expect set.songs in the key of E dot count is 1. Is that legit? Okay, I think this will fail the way we are now. Oh, I should give him the new name. We're saving it. Well, it's saved in the library. I mean, we are changing the library if they change a song or enter a new song. Okay. E.count is 2. Good. Okay. And both those should fail, so let's make sure. I mean, if they don't hit save and they've edited stuff, I'm not gonna save it, if that makes sense. Okay, so he has new song. Well, it's a little bit of a weird test, but if his count is 1, his 0 should be new song for sure. That could not fail. Does it get that from the song in the library? If the song in the library changes, the jamlog changes. Well, I don't know if that's quite as true, because jamlog is he's given library and performances. Now, this may be like he maybe should. This may be the point where library starts to become a class instead of a struct, because we want we want to make first lines and jamlog rely on the same library at some point, and I don't think they can like this, because it's a struct. It's a value object. It's just taking whatever value it's given at that point. But he does manage it once he has it, and it is a var, and he can change it. So he's just changing his own private struct, though. Okay. Let's get the update done because I think that's the easier one. Okay, library. Well, excuse me. I don't know if there's a suitable replacement kind of method. Yeah, we can do a remove all. Where $0.id equals song.id. Excuse me. Okay, so if we basically, this says before you add a song, remove it. So if it's a brand new song, I don't think remove all will complain because it's just all elements that satisfy the predicate. So if none of them do, who cares? Okay, so a new song will just ignore the remove or not have any effect, and an existing song will get removed and then replaced by song. Okay, so I believe this will pass our test. Good, and let's run. And now I think we won't see the same song showing up twice. We'll just see it once. I don't know how to convey this. Maybe there is just a single save. All right. So Jamlog, Amazing Grace. Let's change the tuning. And key is still D. All right. So I guess the thing is, could I save this without a performance? That's the only thing that's not really there. Okay, so if I save this, I'm going to get this performance recorded, but I will change the tuning of it. Amazing Grace DAA with this performance date. I guess I could say save or save song information only, song details only. Because if it's a new song, you definitely want to get all that stuff. We have to have the title. Okay, but if you go back, okay, if I do this, if I go back, Angeline changing to EAD, but I don't save, I didn't change anything and it's fine. And next time I come in, it's still what it was. Okay. Okay, so I guess the three paths. If if it's a brand new song, you've typed the name and nothing came up. Let's do that. Old beach leaves. Okay, nothing came up. Let's do this. Enter the name, beach leaves. Okay, here's the date. It was actually on the 8th. And I'm not going to deal with that stuff and save. And now I have it. That's the case I want to be the quickest entry case. If I came back in and said, well, it really was a A tune. Now it's going to save the performance again. I'm going to have 2 performance dates. Whoa. I'm not sure what just did. Okay, I did Old Beach Leaves. I'm going to change this to DAA and save. I don't know what this one is. That updated the performance date. This one, I don't think. Well, that's a new thing. This name should be passed in or a new song having that name. Yeah, I think you're right there. I mean, as a refinement for UI, if I have bang bang, and I hit plus, it should be nice if it put bang bang in for me because I already typed that. Okay, so let me add that. I think it's more nice to have, but it's nice. But it is nice. Okay. Partial name. Let's see. If plus is hit with search text, it should use it. Okay, that's a nice thing. Yeah. Okay, but I think we've solved this problem. So let's take that. Whoops. Okay, maybe this is easy. Let's see if it's easy. Because I think we have a separate button for plus, right? So yeah. So if we do plus, we could take search text as the name, filter text as the name. Oh, nice. I was afraid this would be hard. Okay. And let's take that. And I think the other to do is don't save if there's no name. Okay, but again, I'm not quite sure when to tackle that. Okay, I didn't get bang in there, so let's put bang bang. Okay, I know it's not there. He starts out bang. Okay, I think that's pretty good. And now this should do that. Save it. I feel like coming back to this screen should clear that as well. Okay. More UI. Okay. I think that one's more arguable. Okay, but when you come back, you're kind of left where you were which is probably not what you want. You probably want to be here. Okay, but this is good. It now uses that. All right, but it's the save issue. I think what I'm imagining, for better or worse, see, this save is it's in its own section. I think I should put a save in here that's just save song details, and that does not record a performance. It just saves the song details. The normal save does save the performance. Now, I don't know if there should be a save up here that's just save, like, but what if they've changed the song and you hit save? I think your save should do everything. Right, so let's add a save song details only. Song updates only. Song, maybe update song details is the name of that one. Okay. That's on here. No. Sorry, jam log view. Jam entry view. I think that is that. Okay, which does not exist. Can you create a song with a text as a name? Yeah, I definitely passed a no-name song in at one point, so that's well, I want jam log. Okay, I don't have an update song. I just have that. Okay, but I'm going to put the stub in. Okay, let's try it like that. You should not dismiss when saving the song only. Good point. Okay, well, it will this time, but okay, so Annual Amazing Grace, change it to DAA. Okay. Let's take that out like you suggest. Yeah. The only question to me is, like, I've got the performance at the bottom, say performance at the bottom. See, I almost just want to put it here, so if you're doing the performance stuff, enter the name, bang, you got the performance. If you save song details, and it should save the song details if it does. But if you're just looking and you want to save the song details, you shouldn't have to do that. So I'm going to move that performance one up. And he still saves song details, but I think that's the right thing. Okay, but all right, I guess I'll run that. Yeah, you still want to save the performance. Even if you edited, you might still want to. Two save buttons, like it's sort of like two calls to action on a web page. It's like it's not obvious that's what you want. I mean, you get confused about what to do, but in this case, I think you've selected the song and you save the performance, then you've got a performance. So let's back it up a couple days and save the performance. That's good. If I do this one again and I update it, then that updates. If I do it again and I change the details, save song details. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, we don't have that working yet. Okay. All right, let's get that working. That's in a library. Well, library, we have the function, as in jamlog. We have the function update song, which should update the song in the library. That's this. So I guess I need to do a jamlog test for update. Okay, so performances, can he also update song details? And I think we'll take this stuff. Okay, we got a song. We don't care about the date and the performance. We create the jamlog with song 1 in it. And we're going to say song.update song 1. We'll have to do some sort of update on it. Okay. Okay, so if I update and change the key, it should update. And the performances should still be empty. Okay. I assume that's going to fail. Yes. Okay. Let's rerun the test. So in this case, he didn't find any A minor songs because his update didn't do anything. So now it will. Okay. right, so now I think it should basically perform the way we hope for. Whether it's the ideal way, I don't know. All right, so this, if it's an existing song and I change the information, okay, song details only, I should just change the key signature or the tuning. Go back. Okay, good. Did not add a performance. All right. If I go in here again and I save the performance, it should update that. All right. If I do a new one, only you. And I'm going to change the key signature to EAD. And this is A minor. Save the performance is going to have only you. It's going to have the details too. Could those tests use first? Well, they'll still, I guess we'll still blow up in the debugger, right? Maybe not as ugly. But yeah, we could start using that first. Okay. All right, let's save this. Okay, so this is really separate save for performance or song details. And yeah, I don't know if you still blow up at the assembly level, or if it detects the, like an the nil. Oh, maybe it won't, right? Yeah, I think you're right. Let's work on a test. It was HAM log. But I have to say first bang.name, right? So I'm still going to have that potential of blowing up. Where's jam log? I guess I could use a question mark. No, let's try the question mark. Okay, yeah, that'll do it then. Okay, so we made it optional, and it detects the nil. All right, I think we can make that our habit. For library. This map is almost a better way to go with that, isn't it? But this is still good. The map, unfortunately, it's snooping in a little to assume the order of things because we don't really know the representation, or we shouldn't care about it. Oh, we got one bad. Oh, I didn't put things back. Okay, jam log. Good reminder. Yeah, we get a little better test result if we're not so grabby. Okay. Okay, so take stock a little bit. We got the filtering as they type. We select to get the details. We can update the jam songs with only one copy. If they hit plus, it uses the search text. We have separate saves. We still should not save if there's no name. And returning to the jam log should clear the filter next. Yeah. And then the next one is remarks at we already have them at the date level, but you should be able to put remarks on the song as a whole. And then a couple ways to sort. We did edit song names. We actually did edit all the details. Sorry. The other one is we should show all logged performances. Okay, on songs. So when you're selecting just the one, that's fine. You're getting the information. I think you should have an entry down here that shows all your previous performances somewhere. If it exists, if they exist. If there aren't any, then that's... If it's a new song, then there won't be any. Yeah. And then the other one, export, import. I think the other thing is use the same song library for first lines and jam log. Okay, which we don't yet. All right. Well, that's pretty good. I thought we went down a totally different path on the autocomplete, but I think this is at least as good as we were headed on the other one. So that's definitely a win. And we got that bulk of the editing done. So that's cool. I think we'll keep going on Jamlog until we get that pretty complete. We haven't done storage yet. That's probably the biggest piece. Today's Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't think the sorting will be terribly hard. These should be pretty easy. Show logged performances shouldn't be too hard, and remarks. Yeah, I hope we can get to storage tomorrow and then maybe finish that on Thursday, or at least have a good dent on Thursday. Okay, thanks for joining today, and hope to catch you again 2 to 4:30 Eastern Time, 7 to 9:30 p.m. UTC, and have a good evening. Take care. Yeah, I know. So maybe by next week or next month sometime, next year sometime, we'll get to storage. All right, good night.